Hey guys, I thought I would do a re-upload or a remake of the one of my previous videos on the SZCO M9 Bayonet for 2023. Um, well, what can I say? I can't say enough about this knife. It's a great knife. I've had it for a good while now. Um, I've added some things to it. Normally, when you buy it, I bought mine off of Amazon, and it just comes with this. But I have some goodies in there. I have a multi-tool in this one, a pretty good multi-tool actually. It's it's a Bibury, I don't know how you say it, but this thing is like a Chinese-made, um, looks like a futuristic wave. Everything the wave has, this has, except the micro screwdriver, but that's not a big deal. I don't hardly use it, and hardly anybody I know who has the Wave Plus use it. But it's got everything on it, and all the tools are on the outside, which is awesome. I just got this one actually today, so I'll do a separate review on this. But this thing is awesome. It's a little bit heavy, adds a little weight to it, to my M9 setup. But I'm really impressed with this thing, which is what, god dang it, decided to put it on there. Everything locks. Look at that blade. Sorry about that. Um, shit. Hold on. This thing is tough, but I'd rather have a good, hard safety than a weak one. So, but this is it right here, and oh, this thing is perfect too. It's like, uh, it's just perfect. It's spring. It's got a spring in there, so it's like, but it's perfect. And it's not so hard. It's just so comfortable. I had to get it because it had so many positive reviews on there. About 1,200 positive reviews on this thing. This thing is like a 4.7, which is crazy. So, and I definitely like it more than the Leatherman, which is why I have it on there. And plus, Leathermans are just become ridiculously expensive, So, um, yeah. So that is my multi. It's pretty sturdy. No loose parts. Nothing rattling. It's one solid, beefy chunk of steel. I love how you can see the serrations of the saw right through that. But yeah, I got that on Amazon, and it comes with a bit kit. Show you that. See that? Comes with those. So basically, I turned my M9 bayonet into, like, it's like a toolbox on my belt. There's a clip that goes on here, which is on my belt right now, so I'm not gonna bother. But let's get down to the knife. But it's so cool how everything is just, it's perfect. It's awesome. So let's get to the knife. So here's the knife. It's 8 inches of good, wholesome 440 A, maybe C steel. But I don't know. But I've seen this knife go through car doors, metal car doors, car hoods, you name it. I love the serrations. The Rambo knife is actually loosely based on this model here. Oh man, these things are so sharp, man. If this thing were to go into somebody, oh, everything would come out. All their inward parts and all their main cables would come out. But yeah, oh, and I love the fuller. It's a pretty deep fuller, and of course, it is a wedge shape design for the sheath, and also to mount on the lug. Here, there's a bayonet lug, or the lug for the wire cutting capabilities, and it does work, believe me. This knife is awesome. I had the Ontario M9 bayonet, but I think that this is better because I noticed it with when I carried the Ontario, the M9, the green one. It would dull, the blade would rub against the sheath, and it would dull the blade, and it was just, and that one was a pain in the ass to sharpen. This one, because it's so hard, is also a bit of a headache to sharpen. But once you get it nice and sharp, man, this thing is ready to go, man. Ready to rock. Yeah, it's got wicked edge retention. It's got very good edge retention. Very good. I'm very impressed with it. And it's way cheaper than the Ontario M9, which is like about 300 Canadian now. So I guess I should have kept that one, eh? But yeah, and of course no nicks. I was getting nicks and dings on my Ontario using the wire cutter. Not a single thing on this one. This thing is awesome. I highly recommend it. I speak very highly of this one. And I've seen it fit an M16, A4, an AR-15, and a Mossberg 12 gauge shotgun, and it's pretty solid. It feels pretty solid. Blade is of course a 1/4 inch thick, and it's got a perfect 90-degree edge on the ricasso, and so which you could use to strike as ferro rod, and it does work. This nonsense about only ferro rods only work on carbon steel is just, it's bull. It works with this, and this is stainless. And of course it says good old-fashioned stainless, China. But yeah, this thing is awesome. It's great. It's just a scary looking knife when you pull it out, but it's also a good workhorse. Of course, you can take it apart, do maintenance on it. What else can I say? Oh, and here, I don't want to undo everything here, but I have a diamond sharpener 600, and on the other side it's a 400. Oh, I also have a bit driver for my multi-tool, so if I have to use a small 1/4 inch bits, then I could just put it in there and put it on there, and it just works great. So I don't have the small bits in there, but I do have, oh, I do have my the proper torque size screw nut to be able to do knife maintenance if I'm away from the house. So this thing is just absolutely awesome. And of course, I got it all secured with paracord in the back. This thing ain't going nowhere, and it's really awesome. So if you think about getting a good M9 replica bayonet, I highly recommend the SZCO bayonet. I believe that the Smith & Wessons are probably most likely made by the same maker. It just has Smith & Wesson in laser etched or whatever on the fuller. So, but you're paying way more just for the name Smith & Wesson, and that knife is also, of course, made in China, and you know, you're just basically paying all that extra money for the name, unless you're buying an actual Smith & Wesson firearm, which is made in the U.S. I don't see the reason why you need to spend that much money for a Smith & Wesson bayonet when their knives, a good portion of the majority of their knives, if not all of them, are made in China. So that said, that's my review on this thing, and the snap on here is kind of tough, but you know what? It stays in there. It's firm, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it. It's a great knife. I paid $66 plus tax, so about $72, I believe, after taxes here in Canada where I live. So, but yeah, this is it, man. It's a great setup. Yeah, so I'm constantly being bombarded with interruptions, so I'm gonna make this short. So give me a like and subscribe, yeah, and hit me up with questions, and I'll answer them. Peace.